Talk about a power move! After weeks of rumblings from the Final Fantasy rumour mill, we still didn't think we'd get quite as much of an eyeful as we did, let alone that Sony would open their PS5 stream with an extended trailer for the next mainline game in the series. And to top it off, Final Fantasy XVI is a PS5 console exclusive. A departure from 15 before it, the 16th entry will be leading full tilt into the sort of classic pseudo-medieval capital F fantasy the series initially cut its teeth on. However, bloody battles, aggressive politicking, and a mostly British voice cast give it a definitely darker Game of Thrones-esque edge. Combat looks like it will stay a little closer to 15's action-focused system. So far there isn't even a whiff of a turn order, with fights instead looking to go for a more character action angle. Ryota Suzuki, a prominent designer on Devil May Cry V and Dragon's Dogma, joined developer Creative Business Unit 3 sometime last year as battle director, so this is likely to be his handiwork. Rather than politely waiting for your turn to get a hit in, you'll be scrabbling to make the most of every opening, with a wealth of magical abilities in fluid, sword-based, real-time combat. Everything we've seen so far has pitted our protagonist in only one-on-one fights, with almost no party members in sight.
So they sent in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers.
Named in a similar fashion to the likes of Cloud, Lightning and Noctis, our hero Clive Rosfield is defined by his oath to protect his younger brother Joshua. As protector, he is known as the First Shield of Rosaria. Both are sons of the Archduke of Rosaria, raised alongside the Archduke's ward, Jill Warwick, who was spirited away to Rosaria from the Northern Territories at a young age. As a blight threatens the land of Valisthea, the uneasy peace between its 6 kingdoms is more fragile than ever. So our man Clive has his work cut out for him defending little Josh, and ends up setting him on a revenge quest.
I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
The young boy is sheltered from the world, not purely because of his family's station, but also because of his connection to this universe's version of summons. In 16, individual humans appear to be tied to these magical beasts, and, when under considerable stress, are able to call them down, or, it's strongly implied, transform into them. When Joshua is in danger, not only does the Phoenix make an appearance, but the horned fire primal Ifrit also goes on a rampage. It looks like people like Joshua, with magical abilities tying them to these summoned beasts, known as icons here, will have a pivotal role in the game's central conflict. Not only that, but seemingly after a time skip, our protagonist joins a group that hunts them down. Just what happened the night Ifrit was summoned? Crystals make a reappearance here too. A mother crystal apparently staves off a blight for one side, and our hero's allies are desperately fighting to part their foe with their own. But rather than these magical shards just passively offering protection, it appears something nefarious may be afoot, as certain forces work to avoid bringing their past influence into the kingdom's future. Could they be connected to the icons, and the humans helplessly caught up in their machinations? If you're a long-time fan of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, our first glimpse at the series' future may feel familiar. As we've previously mentioned, Ryota Suzuki may be part of the development, but he's not the only big name you should recognize. Naoki Yoshida, a man who dual-wields director and producer credits for Realm Reborn, will be producing this single-player fantasy. With a workload like that, we're not sure how he does it, but he consistently has. Yoshi P even revealed when we can be on the lookout for new info. Our next big information reveal is scheduled for 2021, so in the meantime, I expect everyone to have fun speculating, as we have a lot in store. Not only for Final Fantasy XVI, but for Final Fantasy XIV too. Needless to say, I'll be working hard on both. Yoshida is joined by A Realm Reborn's assistant director, Hiroshi Takai. Takai was the development supervisor on the MMO's Stormblood expansion, and before that, directed another Square Enix RPG, The Last Remnant. Final Fantasy XVI will be his latest directorial credit. Besides A Realm Reborn, he's no stranger to the series, with a variety of credits on Final Fantasy II, 5, and the other MMO, 11. Even as 16 goes back to basics with its fantasy setting, there's a definite sense that the series is gearing up to evolve. With serious talent leading the charge, we can't wait to see more from the project next year, and find out when we'll get to play it on PS5.